Well, I'm trying to be as fair as I can to Aaronus and his psychopath activities, but there's really not much to see here, so I'm not sure what we're supposed to do a commentary on because not in here. So basically, for the last couple of weeks, Aaron has tried to escalate his, I don't want to call them protests. I don't know what you want to call them. His business activities, because that's really what this is. These are just business activities he does for his channel. So as a part of his business, he basically decided, for whatever reason, to focus on chalk. So he's just putting out a lot of chalk. So he and his friends and their beer pizza party just kept chalking up the sidewalk, chalking up somewhere near the Scientology, the flag building. Okay, and there you go. And of course, the Scientologists responded because that's the point. They can wash away the chalk, so they kept pouring water on the chalk and just kept going back and forth with chalk, over the chalk, the water, the chalk water, powder, yada, yada, yada. Just big cycle for the last couple weeks. So now the Scientologists have decided to escalate their resistance to Aaronus's and his water revolution, whatever we're going to label it. So apparently they boarded up the basically the opening of the flag building. And decidedly, let's be fair on both sides. So they're trying to board up the portion where the protesters were talking. Because it's a very weird, I guess, legalistic line that their emblem and part of what they're doing goes over, quote, into quote, to real public property, right? Like they have ownership of a huge part of it, but part of the beginning part of the sidewalk or that particular structure is not theirs. But Aaron keeps chalking as far as he can up to the front entrance. Yeah, this is like a big nothing burger. In fact, literally, Aaron at the beginning said, "You ready for some fun?" And even wrote it in as a chapter. You ready for some fun? Okay, so that's what it is. It's a roller coaster. And again, this is not anti-Scientology. This is just Psycho Clown Man. And I got to be honest, like why he's embracing the full clown, I don't know. But to be fair to him, apparently the reason he has such a weird big hat and those weird clothes, he does not wear clothes like that. This is him going full clowny. I guess because it was raining. So most normal people say, "Oh, okay, it's raining. We'll just protest." No, we will not protest another day. I need my money. So they protested in the rain, and he had a big old hat on to block off the rain, because that's how that works. Alrighty. And then he was like, confident time, protesters, yes, we will remove the boards. Oh, they put the wooden boards? I laugh at your boards. And of course, they nailed the boards down so they couldn't move the boards. There you go. And so then Aaronus switched to protest tactic number 2, which Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Che Guevara pioneered, is get fat woman with water toys. There you go. They unleashed the fat woman playing with water toys. And there we go. That's how we stop Scientology, everyone. The $4 billion cult. Really dangerous fascism. We stop it with some fake dolphin, was that a crab? A fake crab. You know, you can't take this stuff seriously at all. So anyway, so the police came by and issued Aaron a warning. You know, you gotta stop playing around here because the Scientologists erected a kind of phony kind of police caution sign to get them further from their entrance. I mean, I don't even know where we're going to go with this. I mean, I guess they want Aaron as far away from the entrance. Aaron wants to be as up close to the entrance. I mean, it's Scientology. They have the money. They'll probably, just to spite everyone there, will just tear up the sidewalk. They don't care. They're going to tear up the pavement, create another obstruction. What are they going to do? They're going to point chalk at that one? I mean, the whole point is to get them as far as possible from the entrance, right? And good or bad, they do have some rights here. So beyond a certain point, we know what they're going to do. They're just going to make sure that they're going to have guards posted at the entrance. The official people can come in. Everyone else has to stay out. So what was the point? I mean, the point here is just to create distractions and content for his channel. And listen, I'm not a hater. So there you go. So I guess the next step is we all get cameras and chalk and just chalk near Scientology places. Make sure you can wash it away. The police come, create phony controversy, and we continue the cycle. But are these real warnings? Well, I don't know. It's very tricky because Aaronus doesn't, he's not a real lawyer. So he's trying to be like, oh yeah, I wonder how they could destroy my Publix. That's Publix, capos. That's my Publix. Yes, Aaron, it is public property. It's public property means you don't own it. You don't commandeer it. You can't just exploit it, seize it for your own commercial purposes. So, I mean, Aaron is not running really a protest group, right? This is not the First Amendment. This is a commercial enterprise. So, I don't know. We're in a really tricky area if you're using public property explicitly for commercial purposes, right? He's monetizing this for his channel. Does he have legal protections here? And he's creating a gang. It's not a group of independent protesters. Literally, it's a gang. So it's like, I don't know. Can a gang just waltz around town vandalizing stuff and just yell back, Scientology called. This is my Poblex. I'm the Church of Aaronus, and get away with whatever they want to? I don't know. I mean, legally, this is just murky area. As again, real protest movements don't do this. They just protest. They show up sometimes on public property, sometimes on private property, and get arrested. And there you go. These are not really tough issues for most protest movements. They're like, yeah, that's public, this is private. But Aaron's trying to exploit that legal ambiguity for his purposes. Will it work out for him? My guesstimate is no. No, a lot of judges and police, granted, they're corrupt. They're getting money from Scientology. But I'm sure the case law would say, yeah, that's not meant for you either, right? So what they're doing is suspicious, but what you're doing is suspicious. And it's clearly a commercial activity. This is just for you to make money from your channel. It's not really like free speech. This is commercialized speech. That's a different area of law. So I'm not confident Aaron's going to get away with his shenanigans. Will it really change things? No, they're just going to change locality, right? If they're like, listen, you got to stop. This is just vandalism. They're just going to pick another Scientology place. No, we'll terrorize that place. This is the Church of Aaronus. We're very mobile. And begin the process all over again. So it's a big nothing burger, really. But what I found was the peak comedy was when Aaron argued with the rain. Because obviously, if the point of the protest is to use chalk, which can be washed out with water, rain kind of negates the whole point of the protest. So there's nothing much to do there, right? Oh, no. Aaronus is like, the rain is actually helping me. Oh, yeah, now the rain will spread away the chalk. My chalk will spread. The revolution will continue with the rain. Right. So now Aaronus is committed to water-soluble chalk. No, water doesn't affect it. In fact, it's only helpful, guys. Well, if that's the case, like, Scientology now has these water cannons at the front of the flagpole, so I guess they're actually helping the revolution. The more water, the more revolution. Anyhow, you're gonna be shaking your head. We are far, far away from going clear in serious activism. This is just like, but hey, listen. Like I said, I'm not a hater. Some people hopefully will innovate from this, and apparently the police are like, yeah, we'll talk to them about the boards. Well, given these are the same cops who are willing to be okay with covering up murder, allegedly, I don't think boards are really going to be on their high priority list. I mean, there is an interesting question here about, can Scientology do this? And I'd have to be honest, think, well, yeah. I mean, clearly the point of this protest, which is not a real protest, is to just ruin their property. And good or bad, as property owners, they have some valid rights here. So it'll probably be like, well, the boards are probably too much, but yeah, clearly Aaron is trying to trespass. As you can definitely see, he's trying to get arrested. So we're kind of just going in a circle. So I guess the next step is he will get formally arrested for trespassing. Oh, my brother, the revolution, Aaronus is trespassing. Oh, my water revolution continues. So it is just big clown show. But there you go. We're reaching fat woman with water toys and water cannons on the Scientology side. That to Aaronus is the revolution. Playing with the toys. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot. There was a homophobic moment. On the Aaron side, of course. But we'll deal with that in another commentary. Yeah, Aaron, once again, is selling out the gays. There you go. So, straight fat women with water toys welcome. But fat gay women? No, they're not welcome in the chat anymore. Not that they were ever welcome, but apparently the gays need to stay away. There you go. Thanks, Aaronus. Thanks for helping the revolution, not revolution. And there we go.